Hey loves, so I done put in some knotless braids by myself for the first time ever, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I did it, and then I'm gonna also show you how I went from the regular braids to goddess braids in about an hour. So first we gotta do prep and setup. I have 2 mirrors, okay? That's the important thing. You need 2 mirrors, one behind you, and I elevated it on something to put your hair on, and then I have a mirror in front of me, and then I put like a little couch pillow on the floor so I could sit on that and be comfortable. So the hair that I'm using is going to be from Amazon. On the left, that's 22 inches, three bundles of hair, and then on the right is 8 packs, and that's 30 inches. The link will be in my description for that hair. So I'm going to go ahead and wet my hair, and then I'm going to blow it out using this Silk Out Serum for heat protectant. So I put that on first. Then I grabbed this blow dryer brush by Silk Out System, and oh my god, this thing is so amazing. It's so lightweight, and it's literally brushing your hair and blowing it out at the same time. It's gonna be in my description. I do have a coupon code for you guys to use. This is a must-have. So after I go ahead and grab this, I'm brushing my hair to detangle it right now. It's not on, but once I'm done, I'll turn it on the high setting, and then I'll go ahead and blow out my hair. And this thing, I'm able to blow out my hair in less than an hour, my entire head. So next up is parting. So to part my hair, I'm going to use a rat tail comb, and I'm going to part from ear to ear to start out. So what I want to recommend that you guys do actually is part out your entire head before you add any extension pieces, because this will make it so much easier for you. I had to constantly go back and repart sections after I had added the extension braid. So if you were to have everything already pre-parted out and ready to go, it'll be a lot more easier for you. So once I parted out the one section, I then went ahead and parted that in half, because I wanted to add 4 braids along the bottom, because I wanted it to be semi full, I guess, And once I'm done, I'm just going to pull my hair to the side so I can make sure it's even. So then I went ahead and part down the middle, and then I clipped up one section and then part that other section into 2 pieces. So this gel right here is actually a black owned gel, and it's also on Amazon. It will be linked in my description as well. And I went ahead and put this on all of that section of hair as well as surrounding sections of hair, so that they could just get out the way, and then I can use my comb to just really make sure this part is very sharp. And I went ahead and combed all the way through it as well, so it's nice and smooth. When I tell you this stuff right here is going to be with me to the end of days, oh my god, this is so amazing. It is the Grip Glaze by Just For Me. This stuff smells so good. It works so good. And what I really, really love about it is it has flaxseed, avocado oil, and castor oil. So when I did my braids, no, it was twists. I had this on passengers with this stuff, and when I tell you I had the absolute most hair retention, I didn't have any shedding, pretty much. I had some shedding, but it wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, my hair came out so long when I used this stuff. So of course I had to add it again. This is my second time actually using this stuff, but I got 3 jars of it because I really, really, really like it. So this will be in my description as well. Definitely try this out. I definitely think everyone would love this product. But I'm going to show you guys up close exactly what I'm doing to install the braid. So there's 2 ways that I've seen people do this. So the first way, after someone crochets in the piece of hair, they grab a piece from one side and then they grab another piece from the other side. This will make a 3rd piece so that then they can go ahead and braid as normal. So that's one way that you can do it. What I will say too is when you are braiding your hair, make sure you pull on the hair so that it doesn't tangle at the end, because then when you gotta try to detangle, it starts messing up your process of braiding, and then it could just turn out a mess. So just make sure right after you kind of braid the hair down, pull it all the way down to the end so that, you know, it's not tangling up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys up close. So go ahead and braid your hair down just a little bit. This you could determine yourself how much you want to braid the hair down. You can leave it like there, or you can braid it down halfway. It's up to you, whatever works best for you. But after you braid it down a bit, go ahead and smooth out the end. Then you're gonna go ahead and grab your crochet needle, slide it through, add on the hair, your extension hair, and then go ahead and pull it. Now hold one side so you could just pull through the other side. This is so much easier. And then once you do that, this is the second way. So you literally just grab one piece of hair from one side as opposed to two, and then you just go ahead and start braiding. Now, one thing I will say too is, obviously this root is a mess because it's like very far out. I end up redoing that. But what I do want to say is you want to make sure you have enough extension hair to cover up the braid. So, you know, you're gonna have to determine this yourself based on like the sizing of your braids and stuff like that. But that's just the main thing with the whole crocheting in methods. You just want to make sure you have enough hair, extension hair, to cover it up, and it should look pretty good, you know, for your first time. So I found that doing either way works. I mean, throughout my head I switch between doing one piece and doing you know, like grabbing one piece of hair and then, you know, grabbing two pieces of hair. So I like one piece because it's easier, but yeah, you see what works better for you, honestly. Like I said, the main thing is just making sure you have enough hair to cover up your braid. So it'll look like a knotless braid at the root. I just needed to add a little more hair and braid more neatly going, you know, from the root down. But as a beginner who struggles with feeding, this was a lot easier to do. So during your parting process, what I recommend after you do the horizontal ear to ear part at the bottom of your head is go ahead and do that half circle part that goes in the middle of your head. Then I recommend you go ahead and start parting within, you know, that section. Again, I would recommend you part out your entire head before, you know, just doing what I'm doing, which is like, you know, going along with the process and parting and adding in extensions, because you'll see shortly how it's going to come out uneven. Keep in mind that, you guys, it's a little weird once you get to this section of your head because you're used to doing, like, you know, the regular square parts, but once you get to this like round section near the top, it's just going to get a little weird. But you know, just work with it. You got it. Take a breather. And what I've been doing is staggering my braids. I did find too that I wasn't able to like get it exactly like in the middle sometimes. Sometimes I had to like kind of move it over just so that all the braids can be even, because that's the main thing I was trying to focus on, is that all of the braids were like close to the same size. So this is an example of what I mean. Like on the left side, they're much smaller than on the right side in that specific row. So yeah, part your head before you start just going with the flow and braiding it. But here is my head halfway done, and so I think I did pretty good for my very first time ever installing knotless braids myself. I certainly got a lot more work to do as far as perfecting this. I definitely need work on gripping my roots better. I also want to work on making sure it's more neat when I start crocheting it in from the beginning. I had a hard time just figuring out like how much extension hair to add, but I did just want to encourage you first timers that you certainly can do your own braids. It's not going to be perfect, but as long as you just try, you will get better along the way. And so this is what I meant by parting out your head before you add in the extension pieces. I went ahead and took my own advice and did that on the top part of my head. So I want to say that this process, if you're doing it after listening to all my tips and tricks, is going to take you maybe 5 to 6 hours to do. I also only use 3 packs of the hair out of the 8. I'm gonna go ahead and add this foam. This is also by the Black Owned Business that I got the same hair gel from. It came in like a bundle with these two products together. But yeah, I just add that at the end. So now we're gonna get into these wavy baby edges, okay? If you don't like extra AF edges, then you can certainly skip this part. But what I'm using is the Style Factors Edge Booster in the pineapple scent. And these edge brushes that I have are from Amazon as well. They'll be in the description. But what you really have to work on when you're doing your edges like this is that finger work. Like, you want to hold your edges as you are curving them so that they'll stay in place while you curve them. And then what I like about this edge brush is it has like a rat tail comb type of end. It's not as sharp as a rat tail comb. It's a little thicker, but I'm able to use that to kind of like shape up certain parts, like at the very end of the braid. Not the braid, I'm sorry, my hair. So this definitely gonna take some work. You could just, slow this down if you need to and just kind of follow along. But yeah, this is definitely a process. It's certainly a process. Also, when you're done, make sure you tie your edges down, because I didn't tie my edges down and some pieces started to come up, but that's how it came out. And now I'm going to get into curling my ends. So this is all I had at the house. I got so many of these things. I was like, I don't care if they get ruined, because they can certainly get ruined because I'm going to boil them. But go ahead and grab you something that you want to use to curl your ends, and then, curl up just the ends. And then I dipped them in hot water, and I left them for like maybe 10 to 15 seconds or so. Maybe less than that, I don't know. But yeah, just leave them up in there for a little minute. And then I take it out and go ahead and unravel them. And it creates some really, really, really pretty curls. But they were super curly, so I dipped them again. And that's what they look like on the right side. So here's my braids completely done. I think I did pretty good for my first time ever installing knotless braids on myself. I certainly have a lot of work to do, like getting better with them roots. But in the meantime, let me show you how to switch it up. Let's get into adding this goddess hair. So a few days later, I decided to go ahead and switch it up. Change it up to goddess style, and this is how much of the hair that I'm taking off to add. So when you pull this, pull it slowly and gently, because you don't want it to tangle up at the end, because it can't do that. But if it does, just slightly, pull on it to straighten it out, and then continue to get your piece of hair. And when you do so, go ahead and just pull on both sides so it'll form the curl again. So go ahead and take your crochet needle, put it in the middle of where you want it to go, and then pull it through and make a loop. So after you make the loop, what you're going to do is you're going to grab only one side, only one of the pieces, and then put it through, and then go ahead and pull. So hold on, let me get it through, and then go ahead and pull both sides so that it'll create a knot. So sometimes it might not knot up really all that well. So if that happens, I'll show you here. You could just pull on it so that it'll start to kind of form a more tighter knot, because I think it's just so used to being in a packaging like that. I don't know, but just pull, you'll pull on it, and I'll show you in just a second. But if that also doesn't work, you can just tie a regular knot around it afterwards. But yeah, create that loop, pull the hair through, and then go ahead and pull on it. And so this is what I mean right here. You can just kind of pull it a little bit so it can try to help form that knot a little bit better. And then after you do this a few times and it's still not working, like I said, just create another little knot. But it should work after that. So the way that I put in my goddess pieces was in the very back, I put one piece on each side. The next row up, I only put one in the very middle. The next row up, I staggered it and put, one skip, and then one. And then that's kind of how I went about the process all the way up till the top. And so here it is in a ponytail, so y'all can see this is how it looks. Keep in mind this goddess hair is synthetic, so you know, synthetic hair is definitely not gonna last long. It will begin to knot up and stuff like that. But the cool thing is you got 3 full bundles of this stuff to switch it out if you want to easily switch it out. Like, I didn't even use a full bundle to do this right here, so you can certainly do that. But I hope you guys found this incredibly helpful. Let me know in the comments. If you want to subscribe to my channel, certainly do so, and definitely give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And I hope to see you guys on my TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube later on. Bye.